Hey friends! So one of my favorite things to do is to sit down with a nice warm blanket and cozy up and read a book. So I hope that one thing that you've really taken away from our class this year is the love of reading. You guys have come such a long way with learning your letters and your sounds and your word by words, and you're reading books now. And I'm very proud of you for that. Reading is something that nobody can ever take away from you. It's yours. You can travel to a magical kingdom or to a jungle forest or to a faraway land, outer space, whatever you want when you read. It's somewhere where you can have your imagination run wild, and it's just for you. And reading is such an important thing that you will see throughout the years when you go to middle school and high school. You'll look back and you'll be so thankful that you practiced reading every day. So try to find books that you love to read, things that you're interested in, and always, always, always remember to dive into a good book. So today I'm going to read the end of the Junie B book to you guys, and this can go along with your choice board for ELA, where you are supposed to read a favorite book and talk about the beginning, middle, and end of the book, and even come up with your own ending if you want to change the ending to it. So feel free to use this as a choice board. If you just want to read along and listen to the rest of the story, then that's totally fine too. But the book that we're reading from is Junie B. Jones is Not a Crook. And last time we were reading this book, we were reading about how she really wanted these furry mittens, and she wore her winter coat to school, and she was at recess. It was hot outside. She was drippity sweat, and so she decided to take off her furry coat and her furry mittens and all of that stuff and put it underneath the tree, except when Mrs. blew the whistle, a very terrible thing had happened. Somebody had stolen her fuzzy mittens. So now we're going to read and we're going to find out what happens next in our story. So if you want to, go grab your favorite fuzzy blanket and let's read. No Teddy Backpack. I runned all around the tree. 911, 911, I hollered. Somebody stole them. Somebody stole my mittens. Mrs. came very quick. They stole them. They stole my mittens. 911, I shouted some more. Mrs. bended down next to me. Who, Junie B? Who stole them? She asked. A stealer, that's who. A stealer stole them. And so what kind of school is this? 'Cause I don't even know where there were crooks at this place. Mrs. said, calm down my voice. Yeah, only I can't even calm it down that good 'cause I am heartsick, that's why. Heartsick is the grown-up word for when your heart is sick. I looked at the ground real sad. Now all I have left is my dumb attractive jacket. Mrs. picked it up. Then she holded my hand and me and her started to walk. You and I are going to the office, she said. I quick tried to get my hand away from her. No, Mrs., I'm not allowed to go there. Remember, Mother said that if I get sent to the office one more time, I will get grounded, young lady. Tears came in my eyes. Grounded, young lady, is when I have to stay on my own ground, I said. Plus, also I can go on the rug. Mrs. smiled. I'm not taking you to the principal's office to punish you, Junie B. I'm taking you to find your mittens. I did a gasp. It's Principal? Principal stole my mittens? Mrs. laughed real loud. No, Junie B. He didn't steal your mittens. The office is where the lost and found is located. After that, she took my hand again, and we hurried up to the office. There is a grouchy typing lady at that place. I am not fond of her. Junie B needs to look through the lost and found, Mrs. told her. Please send her back to class when she's finished. Then Mrs. went back to room 9 and left me there all by myself. The typing lady looked over the counter at me. I did a gulp. Yeah, only I'm not even bad today, I explained, very nervous. Somebody stole my mittens, and that is the end of my tale. The typing lady kept looking at me. She didn't say any words. Sweat came on my head. Phew, it's warmish in here, isn't it? I said. Just then I heard a door open. It was Principal. He was coming out of his office. I jumped up and down at his sight, 'cause I know that guy very good. Principal, look, it's me. It's Junie B. Jones. My mittens got stolen on the playground, and so Mrs. brought me here to get them. So just hand them over, and I will be on my way. No questions asked. Principal looked funny at me. Then he went to the closet and pulled out a big box. This is the lost and found, Junie B. Anytime that someone finds something that's been lost, they bring it here and we put it in this box. How come? I asked. How come they bring it here instead of just taking it home? Because one time I found a nickel in the street and Daddy said I could put it in my bank. Because finding isn't the same as stealing. Right, Principal? Finding is a lucky duck, I think. Principal laughed a little bit. Well, finding a nickel in the street is different, Junie B. For one thing, it would be almost impossible to discover who the owner of the nickel really was. And for another thing, losing a nickel isn't really a big deal. But when someone loses something personal, like mittens for instance, well, that's a very big deal. And so if someone else finds the mittens, they can bring them to the lost and found, and then the owner can get them back. He smiled. That makes everyone happy, Junie B. The owner is happy because she has her mittens back, and the person who found them is happy because she's done a good deed. He pointed to a piece of paper and tapped on the box. See this? This is a poem the 3rd grade wrote about lost and found. It says, if you find stuff, bring it in. All day long, wear a grin. I did a frown. Yeah, only here's the problem. I didn't lose my mittens. They got stole on purpose. And now, no one will bring them in and wear a grin, probably. Principal raised up his eyebrows. Well, you never know, Junie B. Why don't you look in there and see? He opened up the box for me. That's when my eyes got big and wide, because it was filled with the wonderfulest items I ever even saw. There were sweaters and sweatshirts and baseball caps and gloves and balls and a lunchbox and a scarf and sunglasses and a watch with Mickey Mouse on it. Also, there was a backpack that looked like a teddy bear. Oh, I always wanted one of those, I hollered. I put it on my back and I skipped around the office. How does it look back there? I asked. Principal runned after me. He took the teddy off my back and put it back in the box. We're looking for your mittens, remember? Just then I felt upset again, because I almost forgot about those furry guys, that's why. Oh yeah, my mittens, I said real glum. I looked through the box some more. They're not here, I said. My mittens are gone forever and ever, I think. I did a sad sigh. Then I picked up the teddy backpack again. Maybe I will take this instead, I said, because the teddy backpack will ease my pain, I believe. Principal said, no. How come? I asked. Because the owner doesn't even want it anymore, I bet. Her mother already brought her a new teddy backpack probably, and so this one is just going to go to waste. Principal stood me up and turned me to the door. That meant I am leaving, I think. Come back tomorrow and look for your mittens again, he said. I talked real fast. Yeah, only I just remembered something. I have to use the teddy backpack just like that one, maybe. And oh, then I probably lost it, and so I better take that one home with me, or else my mother might get mad. Principal walked me to the door, and he faced me down the hall. Goodbye, Junie B, he said. I hanged my head real disappointed, because guess why? Goodbye means no teddy backpack. Chapter 5. Gargling and Scribbling. Room 9 is way far away from the principal's office. I had to stop at the water fountain, or else I might not even make it. I pressed the water button with my thumb, and then I puckered up my lips and I sucked in the water. I didn't even put my mouth on the spout, because there's lip dirt on that thing, of course. Ugh. I sloshed the water all around in my cheeks, and then I bended my head way back and I did some gargles. I can gargle very perfect, except I can't keep all the water in my actual mouth. Oops. It runned out the sides and it dribbled on the floor. I splashed it with my toe. That's when I saw something very wonderful down there. Hey, it's one of those pens that writes 4 different colors, I said. I quick picked it up and I pushed the little red button on the top. The red pen popped out the bottom. It scribbled red scribble all over my hand. Wowie wow wow, I love this thing, I said. After that, I pushed the green button and scribbled some green scribble. And I pushed the blue button and I scribbled some blue scribble. Plus, I also pushed the black button and scribbled some black scribble. This pen makes scribbling a pleasure, I said. I put it in my pocket and I started skipping to room 9. Only too bad for me, because all of a sudden I remembered about the lost and found. I stopped. Oh no, I wish I didn't even remember about that. Now I have to take my pen to lost and found, or else I won't wear a grin. I did a frown, because something didn't make sense here, that's why. Yeah, only I was already wearing a grin. I wear a grin as soon as I saw this wonderful thing. And so taking it to the lost and found will probably only make me sad, I think. I tapped on my chin. Maybe Principal's a little bit mixed up about this, I said. I'm pretty sure I will be happier if I keep it. And here's another thing I'm thinking. I'm thinking that whoever owned this pen didn't even take good care of it. So I will give it a good home. And what can be a gooder deed than that? I took it out of my pocket and I looked at it. Plus, this even makes sense, because first I got my mittens stolen and then I couldn't have the teddy backpack. And so I think keeping this pen is fair and square. All of a sudden, my whole face lighted up, because I just thought of a different poem, that's why. And it's called Finders, Keepers, and Losers, Weepers. Finders, keepers, losers, weepers. Finders, keepers, losers, weepers. Then I jumped up and down, very happy, because everybody says that, and so Finders, Keepers is actually the role, I think. After that, I put my pen back in my pocket, and I skipped the rest of the way to room 9.